Sixth grade teachers here to talk to you about the next reading and writing units and how we can use both of them together to support kids in their reading and writing. So I always want to start my thinking around the 21st century skills that we're trying to teach kids and always thinking about when I'm teaching, how does this teaching support critical thinking, collaboration, allowing kids to be creative and to be able to communicate with others. So in our reading unit, which is tapping the power of nonfiction, we are teaching kids how, right, all the strategies, how to understand what I'm learning. And then in the writing unit will be teaching kids how to put down in words what I'm learning so that I can teach others. I mean, like, this is the so what of reading. So what? You're learning all this stuff, share it with the world. And I'm going to teach you some ways on how to do that. So when you're getting set for the reading and writing units, you want to be thinking text sets. For reading, the kids are going to be thinking about reading all those injustices, about something that makes them say, life isn't fair, or how come this is happening? It's almost like you want kids to be thinking about their own thinking, and you want to make sure that you have text sets to support the fact that we don't just read one book and think that we know it all. We have to read many books from many different perspectives. Your job as a teacher is to make sure kids have 10, that I would say no less than 8 books on topics of their interest. And that matches with the writing, because if let's say that they're interested in bullying, then then in reading, they are reading about bullying, and then in writing, they're learning how to take notes on it and to be able to communicate what they're learning with others. That's how I would pair these two units together. What are they reading in reading, and how can they take what they're reading and apply it for the teen activism writing unit? So if you think about the writing, they also need text sets. And that's how I would make sure that these are paired. Some of the things that you want to be thinking about is, what are kids interested in learning about? Right? Topics about climate, Black Lives Matter, anything that makes them think, how come this is happening? How can I help? Bullying, drug addiction, homelessness, all of those things that they can learn and help the world to understand. In writing, the first bend is all about gathering information. And we're going to teach kids how to gather, how to practice research skills, collecting, note-taking, categorizing. And I think about bend 1 as like the brain dump, getting all kinds of information from that which I'm reading about. Bend 2 is all about taking my notes, all the stuff that I've gathered, and structuring it now into like a book. So my book might be titled Bullying, but the subtopics or table of contents will be, what is bullying? Why do people bully? How to deal with bullies? What about cyberbullying? Etc., etc. Brain dump of all the information I'm learning. Bend 2 in writing is taking all that information and creating a structure in which I can put forth to the world what I'm learning so that they become smarter, just like I am. So, what's your task, teachers? You need to find out what are kids interested in learning about. I would do this before vacation starts so that maybe you can have them gathering texts. Maybe you can be gathering texts. The texts don't just have to be books, they can be articles, magazines, YouTube, TED Talks. That's text in living color. That's going to be the major part. The other thing is that when kids are going to be able to be in clubs for their reading. Who wants to learn about bullying? That's your club. I think I would find that out before vacation starts. Like, what are you interested in learning about? And kind of being an activist to put forth to the world what you're learning. And who do you want? Who else wants to do that? Let's join in. Let's make a club. Reach out to me if there's any other questions where I can help you on this unit.